Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
What up, you guys? It is time for the Global Warning Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. It is July 2nd, 2020. We'll put the show out hopefully straight away, so there will be no delay, keeping you informed as to what's going on in England and around the world. I know you're excited and you can't wait. What are we talking about today? I got a man with me today, so English he bleeds tea. Mr. 213 coming at you with his "oh no he Flora didn't" shizzle.
So English
shower
tea.
thoughts.
I like
I had to
it.
mute them again because they started talking. They're ruining the intro. They don't give a shit. They're like, get on with the show.
That's what Americans think. For like,
I got a
really
woman
English
so
people.
hot, Florida goes to her for vacation. J-Rye Rye with her Love Lust Lunacy. We got callers. We take your emails at info@v3tv.uk. You can call us at 079900076737 if you're in the UK. If you're in the US, call us at 213-699-0688. I was hoping to get 0699, but it didn't happen that way. We're going to talk about open relationships today. Do they work? Does it matter? What else do we got? The world is kind of reopening again. We got
And
emails.
it's about to close again.
The J-Rye. What do I do about my woman who keeps shaving her pubes off? Oh, how exciting.
And sticking them to her face.
Look at that face on 213. He's
Hey?
like, how do we always get involved in this ratchet ass podcast every week? What the hell's happening? Let's get on with it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. How's everybody doing in your remote locations with your mustaches and your cocktails?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Fabulous.
Hairy.
Like,
Hairy. Uncomfortable. I've never had food like get stuck in my beard before. That's never been a problem I've ever had.
Skanky. But could be useful.
Yeah.
Later on, you're watching TV, feeling a little bit peckish. What's this? What's
See?
this, like
Nourishment.
roulette
Speaking
reel
from
going on?
Speaking from experience.
It's always the benefit of dating a guy with a beard or a buffet attached to his face.
Shit. So you're almost due to get a shave. Aren't salons opening up
Saturday
weekend?
Saturday morning, I am being fully shaven.
Head to toe. The pubes are coming off too. Were you just inspired by what Vaughn said?
Oh, shit.
It's gonna be like a dolphin, all smooth and sexy.
Fucking egg nuts. Super Saturday. Everyone's going out. 4th of July, Independence Day, the day we dumped your British tea in our American harbor and said we drink coffee. And everyone's going to be hitting the pubs. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know if people are, actually, to be honest, because I was of that mindset, but then somebody told me, like, you can only go with one other person, from another household, and then you're in the pub, and then you've got to keep the distance. So it takes away the whole social interactive element I think we were all looking forward to. And I've got used to drinking at home. And I'm a bit like, I just can get crate of beer, be comfortable, put the music I want on, have the people around me that I want, well, kind of. And so I'm not in a rush.
No, me
We
either.
were also desperate to get out of it, but now it's been so long. Everyone's like, you know what? Let's just ride this out a little longer. Let's
Just
be
chill.
sensible. Let's just chill out, and let's take it bit by bit. I'll go. People are might go to the pub for like literally like 20 minutes, and then be like, yeah, that's it. I've had my bit. I just need to warm back in. One drink
I've
and
got
I'm
a crate
out.
at home. See ya.
People have realized how much cheaper it is drinking at home, and they're like,
Oh,
why was I going to the pub all this time?
Ridiculously cheaper. That was always the thing when I was younger, especially when you're younger and you don't have as much money. We would always get our drink on before we went out to the club.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Free
100%.
drinking. I still fucking do it now.
That's
Yeah.
Because I'm saving my pennies.
Facts, dude. That's what's up, man. I'm all over that. I was reading today that Apple's coming out with a new iPhone that's going to be boxed with no charger. I found that to be rather Apple-esque. Those son of a
No
bitches.
charger. What?
No charger.
Doesn't need to be charged anymore. I'm so
Well,
confused.
you buy that shit separately, man.
What? Fuck you, Apple. We don't need another one of your stupid phones. Done. Done.
Talking directly into an iPhone. I think the thing is they figure we've got so many chargers floating around. I forgot what the number of what these devices are that's out there, that we don't really need to put out any chargers with the phones. And if you are new to Apple, then you're just gonna have to buy a charger. Hopefully they aren't charging us the same amount of money for it.
One, they probably are. Two, they are giving it the environmental excuse, but they ultimately are looking at saving millions of dollars on having not to give people charges, and therefore being able to give people smaller boxes, spend less on packaging, spend less on advertising, spend less on charges. Get out of my face.
I definitely didn't see it like that. I was like, oh, I feel really bad. My comments. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, they're doing a good deed. What's happened to my cynical mind? Disgusted.
Slap the idea of good deed on it. So, oh yeah, it's good for the environment. We don't need to keep giving you charges. But they're like, oh, we don't have to give these guys charges no more.
Yeah.
When I first started, I used to work in mobile phones back in the 90s before you guys were even born. Liam, anyway.
I was born in the 90s.
Jenny's almost my age, but
Oh no. But whatever makes you feel better.
Well, we used to sell the mobile phone. It used to come with, 2 batteries, because that was when you could take the batteries off. You had a slim line for when you want to stick it in your purse or your pocket. And that extended life for when you're going on a drive for longer than half an hour. And it came with a leather case, and it came with a car charger, so you could plug it into your cigarette lighter. It was a cigarette lighter adapter, a CLA, and they slowly started phasing all that shit out, and they're like, "Oh, we can get more money when we take all the accessories out of the box."
God, I like the leather holder. That's fucking swanky.
Oh yeah, that was back in the day when you used to wear it on your side like you were the police or some shit,
I'm
But
gonna
now
get one of those, like a holster for my phone.
They figured out it's a lot cheaper for them to make and box, and they can charge more money if they do each thing separately.
Oh yeah.
Bit by bit. So now you have to buy a phone. You have to buy. Well, apparently you're gonna have to buy a phone, a charger separately. You're gonna have to buy a case separately. You're gonna have to buy a screen protector separately, and even headphones. If you want some wired headphones, you have to buy them separately.
Fuck them, man.
I know.
Hopefully they never make jeans, because they'll just make like belt loops on the jeans that are all fucked up sizes, so you can only buy a belt from them.
Well, no, it'll be that like if they make jeans, they'll make jeans firstly without pockets, then without zips, and then they just won't even be you'll have to find a way to sew it together. That'll be their next move. They shouldn't make anything else. They should stop making phones, but they shouldn't make anything else.
Well, phones is their thing now. They don't even make computers really anymore. They don't give a shit about computers. It's all about iPads and phones. They make all their money off their phones. Something like...
Oh, yeah, pretty much everything goes into their phones.
Is their phone.
Yeah.
I mean, they still make iPods, if you can believe that.
But we've got to start feeding the machine. We don't need the latest fucking release.
Well, you do. Technically, you do. Because
I'm on a 5S.
That's because you haven't upgraded or updated that phone, which I keep telling you, the second you do, you're going to be...
I know. I'm fighting away those upgrades, these demons.
You're going to be leveling out a table with that phone. They security updates and all that shit.
Yeah,
but all these phones and all these computers have planned obsolescence. They know they're going to die on you, and that's the plan. They want it to be dead so that you can buy another one. My first MacBook lasted 7+ years, and it only died because of their software update, even though they blamed it on the computer, but whatever.
But then couldn't they just go, look, right, we're going to charge a bit more for this laptop, but it's going to last you 10 years. Then I'd be like, that's fucking great. I'm going to buy that. Awesome.
The thing of it is now technology doesn't last that long.
Well, maybe you can like kind of upgrade it somehow, like you know what I mean, like oh, new thing, and then like oh, just stick this drive in. Oh, it's awesome.
What they try doing.
Well, Tesla updates their stuff automatically, like their cars update their software remotely wherever they are. So Apple could do a similar. If they wanted to, if they weren't such money grabbers, not that Tesla aren't money grabbers, but if Apple weren't such money grabbers, they could do a similar thing. And like you said, that's actually quite a good idea. If they market a phone of like, this could be your phone for the next 10 years, as long as you're happy with the shape and all that kind of stuff, and as long as you don't break it, this can be your phone for 10 years.
Or it could be like you've got the core components and then you've got different shells if you want to like change it, you know what I mean? Like, but the fundamentals are there and you can like, and then you're like, right, get this upgrade. You can pay more for the upgrade. You're not getting a new phone.
Yeah. The shell is the same and you can add another camera if they add another camera or
Motorola tried that. They had that a couple years ago. Different cases, and they tried that. I don't know if it was about the tech, but it was just about changing the look of the phone, which was cool, because you can have a different phone match outfits and all that shit. So no one's going to the pub. No one's going out 4th of July. Liam's going to go get that afro sorted finally.
This is gone. Back and sides are out of here.
Have you got an appointment?
I have not. I already know that's not good. Yeah.
You got another month with that fro.
She's laughing as a woman with experience and knowing that the salons, if you want to go get your hair done, man, you got to book that shit out.
Bearing in mind, I'm not going, like the places I go are not salons.
Doesn't your friend come around to your house or something? Just thought that was what was happening.
No. I just like the guy cutting my hair should be quite dodgy looking. The dodgier the better.
Yeah, that's right. Like, he's been in jail. He's been in jail for a while. He had to learn some new skills in there.
I could tighten your shit up, son.
Those guys do good fades. Those guys do the best fades. Okay, there's no fade like a prison fade. I'll tell you that right now.
None about that. Can't fade that shit, son.
I think that's be a good name for a barber's prison fade.
Nope.
And those people don't really know their shit.
No, fuck that. Moving right along. What was I wanting to talk about? I forgot. These people are price gouging. We were talking about holiday. I saw this thing. I don't know if I sent you the link to this or not, but these people are charging like $40 for a kebab. And
kebab,
whatever you want to call it.
Sounded Canadian.
North American, ride or die. So they're jacking up prices in the president or whoever this guy was that I was reading. They were quoting was like, there's other places on the island or in the tourist area that don't charge as much. So basically he's like, I don't care if they charge a lot. Yeah, they're trying to compensate for the fact that they've not had any tourists for months. So now they're just jacking up the prices. These people paid like 7 or 8 euros for a cup of coffee or something like that.
Yeah.
And, I just thought that was a bit much.
It was like 60 euros for like pita bread. But then I'm like, how much pita bread did they have? No, but like, it was like the mayor of Bodrum. He was like, you can go somewhere else. But then I'm thinking, I mean, for me, if I go somewhere, I always check the prices beforehand. I'm not going to order shit just blindly.
No.
Like, I can find like coffees or whatever, like maybe. But even then, I still check it out. I want to make sure I'm not getting ripped off. So I'm just a bit like, because also in that article, I thought there was even like worse examples than that. I think he was in Greece, in one of the islands, and 2 people had a lunch, and it consisted of fish, a salad, and some beers, and it cost $935. I was just like, what?
That's like more than the holiday cost.
Exactly. I just run. I just do a runner. I'll just be like, fuck. I'll leave some money, which I'm like, this is fair, but I'm getting the fuck out of here. Then I'll go back and burn down the place. I think that's, in proportion.
You should always be checking how much you're paying for even before lockdown. Forget lockdown.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know how much. If I go into a place, I want to at least roughly know how much. Like, you go into a coffee place, for example, and like Cafe Nero or whatever, you know roughly what kind of thing you're paying, right? But if suddenly someone was to turn around and be like, oh yeah, that's £20, then I'll be like, okay, keep it. Bye. I'm not touching it. I'm not. It's still yours. At this point, it's still yours. I haven't taken it. I haven't bought it. It's not mine. You take it back. That's cool. People, they should be making people aware of that.
Also, it's very counterproductive what they're doing, especially now, like with Turkey. There's not going to be many air bridges between. Like, there's no air bridge now going to be between the UK and Turkey because I think like the amount of corona cases have doubled or so. So it's just a bit like, the thing is, obviously, like places like that, they've got a good climate, they've got, you know, like the landscape that appeal to us, etc. But at the same time, people are not going to want to go abroad so much. They're going to be choosier. If they do go, they're not going to eat out as much, are they? So I think it's counterproductive.
Yeah, I think once I see that this is what's happening, I'm not going to Europe.
It's really put me off, yeah.
People looking to definitely go on a holiday are going to be, like you say, are going to be choosier, but they're also going to probably keep their vicinity that they move around in very small. So most people will probably try and book resorts and stay away from these places outside of like hotels and stuff. Because if I know I've already paid for a hotel and I'm getting food and drinks included,
yeah,
but I want to go out for a coffee and it's going to cost me a second mortgage, then I'm not doing it.
Bro, their coffee is fucking fire, dude. You just don't know.
Well, like one of those coffees that have been chewed up by cats and they shat it out or something. Like...
Lockdown started and people got in trouble for price gouging. People got in trouble for price gouging when Corona first started happening because they were buying loads of hand gel and sanitizer. And they all got kicked off their platforms. So why can't these businesses get in trouble for price gouging themselves?
Yeah, but that's another country. I think when you think about terms of acceptability as far as a government or a society is concerned, Western civilization won't tolerate certain things where these countries are very much dependent upon that tourist dollar from Europe and probably to a degree America. So they're like, look, fucking do what you got to do. But I don't know. I don't agree with it, obviously, but I definitely don't think they're going to be trying to cancel those people.
No. But also I kind of feel like, you know what? Charge a bit extra, maybe. Especially, but then I'm thinking, okay, right, we've got some people from the UK. I don't know what the exchange rate with the pound is at the moment. So I'm like, I guess you can't kind of just like go, you know, for each person it's like different prices, you know. But like, I can get, if I was charged a bit extra and I was getting a very good deal in the first place, I'd be like, it's all right, it's okay. But I don't want to be fucking robbed blind.
Oh, you're gonna get robbed. That's just how they function over there.
Of your eyes.
You're gonna get robbed. Yeah. You're gonna get robbed. So shame on all you countries over there ripping people off.
You wrong, brother. You wrong. You wrong, brother.
So I say, phooey to those people. We got more problems to worry about.
Yeah.
I mean, China is trying to downplay the next pandemic. I hope you guys aren't eating pork because the swine flu is back, baby. Part 3, it's the G4 virus, and man, they are definitely trying to get rid of us. They are like, fuck.
I know, this is too much now. Like China.
Virus.
I don't want to say anything about China, but I think they need to leave the party. You know what I mean? That's just like,
virus.
They're being a real fucking party pooper.
Virus factory. What's going on over there?
Yeah, it's just like, right, yeah, you want the apocalypse. Fucking get it. Okay. Just
Something
make
like
all our
10%.
iPhones explode.
10% of the pigs that they slaughtered they were infected. That's wild.
Ah, fucking hell. That's fun, guys.
Yeah. There's gonna be some, like, when all these things just merge together and you've got like the flu, winter, corona, swine all at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just a mesh of just. It's
fucking
just gonna.
Voltron, baby.
Cluster flu fuck. That's what it's going to be. Sorry, I just burped, so I hope that didn't pick up on the mic, but maybe it did.
We'll
It's natural.
1931, where J-Rye belt.
Yeah, it's gonna be momentous.
Yeah. See what happens. Hold on. Anyway, so tell me something new and exciting on the shower thoughts side of the game, Mr. 213. What do you got?
Oh, you want some showers? You want some showers?
Lay it on me. What you got?
My screen's gonna go blank for a second because I've got it up there on my phone listed, but bear with.
Ever write this shit down? 20.
What do you think I am?
Young and hip and on top of shit.
Hey, he's been professional enough already, okay? That's not. This is the next milestone. The next milestone.
First one. Have people ever considered that the Japanese flag is like a pie chart of how much of Japan is Japan?
No. Fucking next. Better come on with it.
We all recognize clickbait every time, but we're still tempted to see what this child celebrity now looks like for some reason.
Oh, totally. I mean, yeah. I don't know if that's shower thoughts. I don't even know how we classify shower thoughts. Like, I don't feel like that's something you would, like, mull over tons of. I mean, for me, that's just, yeah.
That's why it works.
Yeah.
But you still know, every time you know it's clickbait. Every time you know it's clickbait.
Sometimes you get there. Sometimes you get the image. Or then I just go and Google the image, but it's planted a seed.
That's more minor clickbait. When it's like something like Clint Eastwood says goodbye after 85 years or some shit like that. It's like, oh my God, is he dying? That's
I just thought maybe he never says goodbye.
Right.
Maybe he's like, ciao.
Exactly.
So I was like, he said goodbye.
That's usually what it is too. You're like, fucking really? I can't believe I fell for that. Or it's like the one person that you want to see from that, what the child star looks like now, is like 800 photos into the fucking feed of all the child star, and usually about 115 in. I'm like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck what this motherfucker looks like.
You went 115 in though, so.
I was like, oh shit, I forgot all about this motherfucker. I don't even know who I'm looking for anymore, but I'm just like, fuck. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, well, no, you're right. You're right. April Fool's Day is the only day people actually check and critique news.
Oh. No, I think people do it all the time, but I think people are more vigilant on April Fool's Day.
But that's really sad. That's really sad, isn't it? That we're basically looking to be, because we think we're going to be fooled rather than actually care whether we're being fooled daily.
I think people are more aware. I think they're definitely, like, with social media and stuff, I think people are definitely questioning things a lot more, I'd like to think. But what is the origin of April Fool's Day? That's what I'm intrigued about. Why? Why are we fooling on the 1st of April? Why are we doing that?
Vaughn, you get on that. Wait, Vaughn, do you play golf?
I go out and golf. I don't know if you consider playing at golf.
I am a witness to Vaughn's golfing.
You've watched him play golf?
We play golf together. Oh my God!
You played golf together?
Did.
Sexist.
We went on a.
You said you witnessed it.
We went on a golf date.
Because we were playing together.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay. Okay.
No, it's funny because Vaughn's a little competitive.
Fucking golf.
But we both lost our shit. We like get really angry. We were like Happy Gilmore on the golf course. Like,
I was gonna say, yeah. I was like, I could see this being from both of you, not even just from one.
I was like, yeah. And then we were trying to putt, and then I actually quoted Happy Gilmore, and I was like, "Go home, ball, go home." There's like this family behind us, and the kids are like looking at me, like crouched, like lying on the floor, talking to the hole. On the tee, on the green, Whatever. I never said I was professional. Okay.
Good golf lingo right there. Good golf lingo. Just because I don't know if people even sort of think about it this way, but the object of golf is to play the least amount of golf.
That's so true.
That's
true.
That's how normal people play golf. I try to see as much of that course as I can see. I want to see every tree,
I paid my money.
Every bush that my $20 paid for. I want to see all that shit.
Here's a bit of almost a dark one, but someone posted this, right? And I guess, well, I don't know how old this person is, but their shower thought is, almost every hand I've ever shaken has had a dick in it.
Oh yeah. Because I was thinking, how does that apply to men? And then I realized like they're holding their own dick. Yeah. I get that.
Well,
you know what? I mean, to be honest,
it depends because I'm left-handed when it comes to handling my business. No matter if I'm going to the bathroom or whatever, but I'm not shaking.
You shake with the right?
I shake with my right hand, so you're safe. You're safe with me, fellas.
Damn.
I mean, my hands clean. My hands are clean anyway.
It doesn't say if it's a man or a woman that even said that. It could that could be anyone.
True.
That's so true. I mean, I will like come back from like a dirty weekend and I'm like kiss my mother on the face. If you knew.
It's a lot of women like that out there sucking dick with the same.
Maybe that's the thing. What about like every that you kissed your face or something has been maybe like brimming with spunk at some point.
Oh, for fuck's sake! How did this segment go?
Jesus.
If they're
wrong.
Polite, if they have manners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anywho, I have to. Brushing your teeth is the only time we clean our skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Would you? I don't know if I would actually include teeth as part of the skeleton.
She would. And the skull. Skull's part of the skeleton.
They're
only
bones.
exposed part of.
Are teeth actually bones? Sorry, I just thought they were made from a different material, maybe. I don't know. Really? I honestly didn't think. I don't know. I just thought they were different material.
Have you ever seen a skeleton with no teeth in it?
No, but they're like, they're inserted.
Then what the fuck are you asking?
Because it's another hard.
God, we gotta start doing this podcast
another hard
in person again.
That's like a jigsaw puzzle. It's like a jigsaw puzzle that's stuck in there. Okay, fuck you guys. I'm gonna research this. I'm gonna present my findings next week. And yeah, that's right. I feel embarrassed for you guys because ignorance.
All right, that's hot take number 2 then. So.
What's hot take 1? My mouths are brimming with spunk.
Oh my God! Read another one quick before she starts saying.
Okay, final one. Well, I've got more, but has the phrase "Where are you" ever been used in sign language?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I like that one. I fuck with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, but I thought of something, but it was really like fiction, like a fictional situation.
Well, if they could on Skype, I could Skype you. You could be sign languaging on Skype. I know I'm thinking.
But then like you're off camera, so you wouldn't. But I just thought if somebody became invisible, like they're a scientist and they were experimenting with an invisible potion.
I'm speaking in real, actual, earthly.
Well, yeah. Fuck reality. Reality's boring. Okay, just try to bring another fucking dimension. Okay.
Fucking Jesus. What do you got? Chill, Star Trek ass the fuck out of here.
Fifth frontier, whatever the fuck it is. Okay.
And the dilithium crystals were tweaked a little bit, and anyway. So that's cool. I like the sign language one. The fucking the first one you had was trash, but I know you got to warm up and gradually ease.
You need to warm in. You don't go with the mind blown one first, because then all of the other ones are just shit after that. You go work your way up.
All right, that's fine.
Can I say one? I've got one.
No, fuck that. So
Just one.
That's to yours.
Oh no!
I wants to hear that shit.
That would have been more like.
What do you got? And then we can get into Love Lust, and then we can get into Florida, and then we can get the funk on with our lives.
Something I read some time ago made me like, wow. We've never seen our own faces directly.
What are you talking about?
We see our reflection in mirrors and water and all this stuff, but we've never seen our own faces like
That's not
directly.
true. If you've ever
It
had
is true. I haven't had an out of body experience recently, Vaughan. So
I was literally about to
where
say,
are you coming
unless
from? Well, I
out
haven't.
the that.
So
Well, that's your bad. You need to
are you bringing the fucking fifth dimension now, huh?
start
It's
getting
fine when you do it.
into your mindful meditation. You will see you've reached the next plane. All right, you're not ready.
Okay, cool. I'm going to come and spy on your ass. That's what I'm going to do.
Ready. I heard they're doing a Beavis and Butthead reboot. I am so disappointed in that. Again, you guys are too young to even.
Wait, no,
I
yeah.
know them.
Wait,
Roller
will it be another cartoon or will it be like a live action Beavis and Butthead?
Can't be live action.
Be the cartoon, I think.
It'd be interesting. Who would play them if it was live action?
Oh, Owen Wilson and.
I was thinking Keanu Reeves, but it's too, too synonymous with.
He's too big, but Seth Rogen could play one of them. But he's not slim enough.
No,
What?
He's lost some weight, but he's not. I don't see him as that kind of character, really. I don't know.
What's the guy? Super bad. Big guy.
Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Lost
And the thing is, actually, he's kind of like, in the biggest. Well, he's lost a lot of weight too. And I saw him. What was that terrible Netflix series he was in? That was really fucking overhyped. It was very surreal, and he lost a lot of weight. And I actually was like, I think you look better with some weight on you.
Yeah, he's lost quite a bit of weight. I don't know what the film is. I had to look it up.
And I saw recently that I don't know, producers, directors, they were like paying. I think I just saw a headline fleetingly, paying Rebel Wilson to keep on the weight. They're like, do not lose weight, which I thought was an interesting dilemma.
Yeah.
Is that promoting a positive body image or a negative one? If they're saying we're happy with your weight.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Or maybe are they saying being fat is synonymous with being funny?
Well, just maybe just synonymous with her being funny. Like it's her, as in like it's her look, it's her personality, it's her look that only people ever know.
Yeah, but Jenny
I don't think so.
McCarthy was a chubby chick, and she's always been a chubby chick.
What? Jenny McCarthy? When the fuck was she chubby?
Wow. Her whole career.
Wow, shame.
Jenny
McCarthy. The one who used
Melissa.
to be like
I'm
right. It's just like, when did you become
Sorry,
uber
Jen.
harsh?
Don't message me and start talking shit about me. I know we've only met once, but I know you still got my contact details because I see you be looking through my shit every now and then. So, yeah. No, I actually did meet her once. She's really funny. But no, her whole career was surrounded around her jolly, chubby chick look, and they even did that Mike and Molly show. They were both
both chubbers.
But what is she slim now? Were you saying, or what?
I don't think. Really? She lost weight too. I mean, the thing is, it's kind of like good. It's obviously better for them health-wise to do that. But then I think they are probably, it is quite discriminatory. It's kind of like, but it's always been about like the film industry out of it. It's kind of like, oh, the heavier chick or whatever, because she hasn't got the looks, she's got to fall back on the humor. And now that's just translated into Hollywood.
Yeah. I think, no, there you are.
Cool, that's a good discussion, guys.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Well, I'm waiting on Liam to respond. I talk too much, so I'm trying not to dominate.
Yeah, shut it, Vaughn.
Sort of, but not really. It depends. Like, it just seems like the look when people first enter Hollywood is their look. So if you're initially big, people are kind of almost expecting you to stay big. If you're small, people are expecting you to stay small.
Yeah, maybe that's part of it too.
Because you're I don't know, like part of the thing that, or half of the jokes that they tell, especially when people are big, like when it's kind of like, sitcom stuff, like half of the stuff they're doing is probably taking the piss out of their own like looks and whatnot.
Yeah, a lot
Gently.
of like physical comedy. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got stuck in the door because I'm a door.
Yes, but like then if their image changes, then the guys making the program are going to be like, but like half the stuff we had written for season 2 doesn't even apply to you no more because you went and lost all the weight. Which actually shouldn't be a bad thing. Well, people should just be allowed to gain and lose weight how they want.
Exactly. I'm personally like, how weak is the comedy strand that it was all based around like fat jokes kind of thing. So yeah, but like it will take those opportunities away. But then I'll be like, can maybe make jokes about losing weight because those ones are like super popular. Got a whole genre.
It's the brand, though. It's part of the brand. It's like you're hired in, and this is the thing with Hollywood that a lot of people probably just don't even really realize because they're not inside it or just don't look at it that way, is when you get brought into that fold, they're only looking at you to see what can we sell through you. So it's a matter of, are you marketable? And when you have a certain look, they market you with that look. And there's a sports, I think he's a sportscaster in LA on the news. This guy has had a mini fro since like 30 years on the same, look, and he can't change his look. So certain people can't change their hair. They can't stop wearing the hat. They have to maintain that image.
That's part of your brand.
Yeah, so that you can keep your branding. So if you start fooling with that, people don't recognize you. And I mean, I can't can't tell you how many times I've seen like a celebrity, in a program that I watch, and then I flip through their IMDb page, and I'm like, holy shit, that's them without a beard or something, and I would never recognize that person on the street. I only know them as looking away.
What about the woman who was in Dirty Dancing? She is like unrecognizable now. And even Renee Zellweger, that's actually pretty fucking brave because, I mean, I thought she was always attractive, So I don't know what she's, but I guess if it makes her happy. And then they're like, you're enough of a star for that not to impact too badly.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, though. Like Jada Pinkett Smith, she looks completely different to me. She's had all kinds of facial reconstructive surgery.
Really?
Oh yeah, she looks totally different to what she used to look.
I thought she always looked the same.
Same.
No.
Her and Will. Will Smith has pretty much always looked the same.
Yeah.
No matter what he's done.
I'm looking at 2 pictures from this link I sent you, and the 2 pictures are completely different people. Just from the picture from when the kids were little, like it looked like the kids were probably about 8 or 9 years old, maybe a little bit older than that. And to what she looks like now, she looks totally different, and it's not.
Do you think so? I thought it was the cheeks. I thought they were like a bit lower in the second one, which I was like, yeah.
She's had surgery, loads of it. So, speaking of Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, apparently, there's always been talk about Hollywood where there's Will Smith is like squeaky clean guy. And then there was conversation probably about maybe 10 years ago where maybe they thought that there was like some sort of an affair going on and Will was going to be leaving. And I think it was with
Margot Robbie.
That's really?
That was one of them. That was one.
Because they started in that film together, didn't they?
It was around when they both starred in Focus together. Because I remember reading a few articles and people were saying like, they went out to dinner after shooting one day or something like that, and people were like, oh, this means people were taking it too far. It's another
I was like,
story,
that's fucking normal, isn't it? You're like work colleagues.
Yeah,
it's not a clickbait story, really, because they're both big.
Jada was messing around allegedly with somebody. It was some singer or something. I can't remember who it was.
But the guy in the article you said.
Mark Anthony. I don't.
Mark Anthony, the little Chihuahua guy.
I think that's who it was.
Oh come on, fucking hell. Make it worth your time, love. Obviously, what Jennifer Lopez fell for him too, so maybe.
Well, I'm just saying, it just seemed like that's what was going on. So I don't remember who it was, but I mean, it was Mark Anthony because I just typed in Jada Pinkett and Jada Pinkett Smith and Mark Anthony. What really happened? So I don't know what really happened, and don't really care. Yeah, it was definitely her. And these pictures are definitely a different woman if you look at her.
Oh my
name.
God, please send them. Oh, I can Google, I guess.
So, I mean, the open relationship, what are your thoughts on that? Because, I mean, you love somebody, you spend every day with that person, you got all this time invested into the relationship, you have kids together, you got all this shit going on, and then all of a sudden, you know, you want something different. Do you end everything, or do you just say, look, I mean, there was like an episode of Black Mirror that was like that, where the two guys go into the video game. I actually did voiceover on that episode. And
did you?
yeah, I was like reading the scripts and we were watching it. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway, yeah. So the woman gives him a pass to go into this video game and have gay sex with his best friend, and she gets to go out to the club or wherever she went, the martini bar, and you know, hook up with the guy. So.
But then that's an interesting argument as well, because one is doing it virtually while the other is doing it in real life, physically. Yeah. So it's just a bit like, but would you count both of them? Like maybe the one virtually, there might be more emotion imbued because you're not getting the physical gratification unless you're like you're wanking off or something during it, but you know, you can just wank off anytime. But like, so... Oh yeah, I remember thinking about that afterwards. It was I thought she was doing as worse in a way.
Really?
I would look at it as what she does is worse. If you are actually there in person.
But then if she has less of an emotional bond with the person and she's just getting her fix, like, you know, wham bam, thank you ma'am situation, then she cuts it off. But with the husband, with his situation, it's more ongoing. So therefore,
right,
it's the depth maybe rather than the.
So okay, so is it okay though? I mean, like, do you throw it all away, or do you go to counseling? My wife
Depends
or my
what.
husband.
Sorry, it depends what both people want. And have you guys seen that Louis Theroux Altered States series?
No.
So they have one episode about open relationships, and I remember feeling really sad because one of the examples they had was of a married couple. They had a daughter who's probably like, I don't know, 12 or so. And it was the wife who turns around to the husband and she's just like, you know, I'm not feeling fulfilled. Like, I really love you, like my best friend, but I need to get my fill, you know. And she basically, you know, found somebody who was also in an open relationship with his wife and family. And it was so weird. Like, she would go over to this guy's house and she'd sleep with him in the basement. Meanwhile, in the morning, his wife is calling down and saying, oh, how do you like your pancakes? Like, you know, what kind of... it was so strange. It was just really... And the thing is, from what I noticed was that it was always one person in the relationship who was driving it a lot more. And to go back to that couple, the original couple I was talking about, the husband, like, he never had anybody else. Well, she had, you know, like a few lovers during the years. He was just like, I just haven't found anybody yet. And like, they would be, yeah, and they would be having sex in the lounge, like in the like sofa bed, right? And then he would have to like, because he had the kitchen downstairs, so he would like tiptoe downstairs, get a glass of water, and he'd be like, sorry. I'm like, oh.
No. Those are weird situations that are a little bit Tiger King-esque and weird, but I mean, people are into different stuff, man. People have sex with dogs, you know. There's all kinds of random shit going on in this world, so you kind of have to just let everybody stay in their lane, I guess. But yeah, I don't subscribe to that crap. So anyway, let's get into the little bit of Love Lust Lunacy here. So if you guys want to call and speak to J-Rye, 213-699-0688 from the States, 079900767737, or you can email her at info@v3tv.uk. Quick email, and then we got a caller, Amy, on the phone, waiting in the wings. This off the heels of the sex with the dog. So I got got a tweet. I want Liam to answer this one really because it's a guy thing, and then I know how much he dreads. Look at his face, just went right to the hands, right to the face. It came through over Twitter. It says, "I saw my girlfriend getting oral from her dog. She didn't see me, but I don't know." She didn't see me, but I don't know what to make of this. Yeah. What are your shower thoughts on that one?
I mean, ultimately, doesn't this question answer itself, bro? Okay, like let's just cut through all the noise and all the horrible stuff and just keep this very simple. If you two are in this relationship where you have loving feeling and affections towards each other, you definitely shouldn't be seeking anything from an animal. No. Like, okay, just confront her. I saw what you were doing. Like, name the dog as well. I don't know what the dog is called.
It's not even their dog. They don't even have a dog, but she got a dog and it's stray.
It's a dog walker.
But like, whoever this dog
so
is,
happy when he comes back from walking with you.
Name the dog.
Some peanut butter on his face. It's strange.
Name the dog by name. Also, how does that start? Like
exactly what J-Rye just said. I actually knew a girl I used to work with in Michigan, and she lived on her cousin's ranch. He trained people how to ride horses competitively, and they had a ranch hand. They had this girl that used to help, maintain the horses, and they could never find the peanut butter in the house, and it was always in her room. And she was she wasn't the most attractive chick, but I was like, oh yeah, that girl is getting. They had like 3-4 dogs,
dogs. I was like, is she using the horses? And I was like, I didn't think that would work.
No. The dogs were.
One lick.
Dogs were going ham on that coochie coo because she was putting peanut butter down there.
That's so right, guys.
So you say dump them then, Liam. Get rid of them.
Yes, yeah. That's not even close to a difficult. That's not even a dilemma. A dilemma is actually a difficult situation, unless for some reason he's cool with this.
And that's
and if he is, then he needs to see someone too, and really needs to. They both need counselling.
Maybe.
But can I say?
Go ahead, fire away. It's your segment. What do you got?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say that basically, you know what? Like he should probably walk away because I think the dog has got better game than he.
Clearly, the dog has outshone you somehow.
Yeah. She's just can't get enough. You know what I mean? And she's not saying anything.
Well, here's the dilemma. Is it the first time? In which case he's just wicked, and now she knows.
Was that the first dog?
Is it the first dog? Or has this been going on for a while, and he's just consistently he's just rocking it. He just knows what to do.
It's horrendous. I don't have an answer for that, but we do have.
You do have an answer. You know the answer. I know you know the answer.
I don't have an answer for that.
Yes, you do.
I mean, there's options. I don't have an answer. I mean, what if you want something out of the situation? Maybe you've been liking her.
What, another dog?
Something. No, why does it have to be disgustoid, man? Come on, it could be just like the Black Mirror episode. She's having sex with a dog. I want to have sex with, the lady that comes and does the massage or something. Let's keep letting the dog lick your pussy, and then I get what I want out of it. I don't know. Not that I don't know. I don't have experience in this shit. To the phones. We're talking about dog vagina licking. We've got.
Why don't you just use a vibrator anyway? Use a vibrator.
Don't be so 1990. Who uses a vibrator anymore?
A cyborg. A cyborg.
Peanut butter and a dog tongue.
Wait. Okay, Paul. You're missing out here. You need to start selling silicone dogs. Silicone. I don't know.
He does.
Rottweilers or something.
Animalistic aspect of it that people like, or I'm assuming, because.
Like, it's a bit wrong.
Yeah, I mean, toy, not quite the same, but. I mean, if you go to someone's house and the dog is like always humping stuff, then you know that dog is getting some action outside of the dog.
That's so gross. Like the girl's like giving the dog the eyebrow.
Right. Stop it. Not when company's here. So anyway, moving right along, we've got Amy on the phone lines. Amy, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hold on, maybe it's my phone line or something. Let's see if she's still there. She's still there. Hello, hello. I don't hear her. Maybe, hold on. Maybe this is off. I can't hear her. All right, we'll see if we can get her back on. I'm going to... Oh, we just lost the call. Let's see if we can get her here. So I don't know about that. That's some weird stuff. Trying to... I think we've got her connected here. Can you hear us? Hello? I can't hear her.
I can hear some background noise.
Yeah,
Hello?
It sounds like there's some static in the background, but I don't. That's all I'm getting.
She's a ghost.
Ghost. All right, I don't know why we can't hear her, but maybe if we turn the mixer up, that's... No, she's hung up again. I don't know. Anyway, so, yeah, dude, I don't know what to tell you about your girlfriend and your dog. Ditch the chick unless you're into that shit and you're wanting to have a little something extra, something.
Plus, whose dog is it? Is it his dog?
Is this guy viewing it as better that it's a dog rather than a human, and thinking that, like, oh, you know what? Well, I'd rather it not be a dude, so at least it's a dog. So at least if we like keep, because at the moment, I mean, on the crazy scale, it's like a 15 out of 10. But like on the oh, she'll leave me because she's having an affair thing, it's probably more like a 3, because he's like, well, she's not going to leave me for the dog, so it's fine. So he's thinking more like that, and he's just moved past the crazy.
I think we've got Amy on the line. This is...
Hello. Hi. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah?
I think it was that whole dog story that threw everything off.
Probably.
So what's up? What's on your mind, Amy? Talk to us.
So I had one thing I wanted to say, but then the dog thing, I was thinking that guy should probably take some notes on what the dog's doing, because as a dog owner myself, I've seen the way he licks that bowl of water, and he's got something that a lot of male tongues don't have. So I'm not saying that I have any kind of strange relationship with my dog.
This
That
chick is
Amy,
down with
leave
the
your
dog.
dog alone.
She's like, oh shit.
I'm coming to pick up your dog. This is an emergency. This is an abuse situation.
All right, okay, but that's all I wanted to say about that. It did throw me off slightly what I had to say, but we're talking about, or you guys were talking about the whole open relationship thing and how is it acceptable and stuff. But I'm just going to throw that on its head because I'm a single person, and I am just sick of meeting people now who, even on Tinder, on Hinge, on everything, who are like, yeah, I'm in an open relationship. We're in a happy, loving, honest, open relationship. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Oh, am I allowed to swear? Sorry.
Yeah, swear away.
Okay, good. Where are the single guys? I just want to have sex with a single guy with no commitment, no anything else. So this whole, it seems everybody's in an open relationship, or it's just come out of, it's just suddenly very, very fashionable.
Single, if you're interested in them being in an open relationship versus, or you're interested in them for having just sex, why does their relationship status matter if you're still?
You're right. Well, it's just something I didn't really need to know. It's something, you know, I kind of think, are they really in an open relationship? Does the person really know what they're doing? You know, it's I just want to have sex with someone. I don't want to think about, is their girlfriend coming home in 5 minutes, or should I be doing this? And also, it's just greedy. There are single people out there, you know, since the lockdown. I haven't had sex since January.
Now, or no?
She is.
Am I what? Sorry.
Vaughan is offering his services.
I say that again.
I didn't creep, Vaughan.
Oh, that's so kind. I'm actually. Oh, well, I didn't realize this would be such a successful phone call. Thank you very much. I just wanted to rant about everybody being in open relationships, and well, that's shut me up. So
No,
Done.
I completely understand what you're saying. I think that probably something like 75% of the time that a guy tells you that they're in an open relationship, it probably means that they have a girlfriend, but they can get out when they need to get out so that they can get in when you want to get it in.
So then, wait, they're lining it up? Is that what you're saying?
No, they've just got enough opportunities to slip away for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Like she travels a lot.
Yeah,
she
so
likes to go to Primark for a few hours each day.
So half of me doesn't trust it, though. I think, okay. And especially when they say, I'm in a very happy and an honest open relationship. I think, okay, if you're that happy, and then you're on Tinder. And then I just think, has this always been around? And what is the difference, really, between open relationships, polyamory or polyamorous things, and just having a threesome? You know, what's the difference? Or just having a casual thing on the side? Because I don't think really, especially very mature relationships that have been going for a long time, I don't think adding a bit of spice is very wrong. But there's a difference, I think, between sex and love when there's like an actual kind of cultivated affair going on, and that's totally okay. Personally, I don't know how I could even handle trying to be with more than one person lovingly at any one time. But then if it's just a sort of spice up the sex life thing, I think there's two different ways of. So what are the lines here? What are the definitions between all of this? Is it a little thing, or is it another relationship, or is it this complete polyamorous thing where you could potentially love anyone, anything?
Anything. Okay, that's a whole different conversation now.
As a single person, I'm very confused.
But the thing is also, I did tell the guys earlier, because you've lived in Germany and France, I actually think you've got different, you've had different cultural perspectives of being like exposed to them. So I think, I think that definitely informs like where you're coming from. But like for me, just like off the bat, I think like for a threesome, that's a bit of a kind of one-off thing. That's more of a kind of driven by sexual attraction or whatever. Like you want to get your rocks off. But I think kind of like, Vaughn, why are you doing that look? I kind of think like, for example, like the polyamorous stuff, there's more longevity, is more of an emotional as well as sexual attachment. I mean, that's how I would like just kind of crudely differentiate between them. Take it away, boys.
Open relationship is you are the way I categorize it. Open relationship, you're in a relationship and you're willing to have like little flings with people. Polyamorous is where you can just have relationships with a girl, a man, a table, and a set of stairs, so on and so forth.
The dog,
and apparently the dog, and apparently the dog, and what was the other one? A threesome. Threesomes.
just adding a bit of spice into your sex life, you know. But it's
something like that. Thing is, who in all these situations, one of my first like concerns is like, who brings this up? Because if you're thinking about this, like, how do you basically just turn around to the person who you're in this loving, caring relationship with and go, everything is great, but I really want to have sex with the neighbor's dog. Like, I desperately need this.
What you do is you let the dog eat your cookie, and the boyfriend catches you, and then you say, well, can we just have a talk about this? That's what you do. Just
get caught in the act. That's how you initiate.
Sorry, didn't you know I'm polyamorous, darling?
It's like polyspecies amorous.
I think you need to set guidelines initially. You can kind of, I mean, in my experience with women of pretty much every age bracket from, let's say, 20 up into their 50s that I've been with, depending on your age, when you get to women that are over 40, I think late 30s, depending on the woman, you tend to be able to have more open conversations about what's expected and what you want and things like that. Whereas younger women, they still don't know if they want kids, if they want to have, just pursue their career, if, they don't know what's going on. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but that's just been my experience. And older women, they have more of a grasp of what they want out of the situation. And you can say, look, I'm into this, this, and this. And they'll say, fuck that. Or they'll say, yeah, okay, I've done this, that, and the other. And you proceed from there. So depending on who it is you're dealing with, that's going to really determine what takes place down the line. Because if somebody is like, yeah, I've only been married twice, or I've only been with two or three people, I've been married, for 20 years or whatever, that can go either way. They're going to say, I'm ready for some wild, crazy shit because I've been in this lockdown relationship for the last decades. Or they can say, I liked this type of stability and this normality. There's really not a lot of in between with somebody like that, unless they were doing that during the.
But can you have both? Let's say you've talked it out with your partner. Maybe let's say you've been with them for a while. They kind of sexual attraction has been on the decrease, but you're like best friends. You love each other so much, and you occasionally have sex or whatever. But you just if I go and get my little, added spice on the side, they might inject it into the relationship because they're kind of excited and, kind of like the whole, the guy has an affair, he comes home from the strip club, whatever, and he brings his wife flowers. So do you think, and then maybe with men and women, it's different, maybe, okay, just to go to stereotypes quickly, men, sometimes sex is more just a kind of more of a physical act, and unfortunately, with a lot of women, they have children, that, taking care of the house and stuff, they don't necessarily have the energy, depending on how much of the, tasks the husband helps out with, the energy to give their husband to fulfill their sex drive all the time. So it's just a bit it's a functional thing. We're good as long as you get a fix once in a while. And as long as you don't fall in love with her and you just kind of paper bag her, don't talk to her.
Give her a number, not a name.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like I could work with these guidelines right now if that ever became my scenario. Paper bag, that number. There we go.
My advice to you is actually if that's what's happening all over Tinder, then just get off Tinder. Just get off Tinder.
Tinder's the hookup site anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, you try going out to meet someone in lockdown. You can hardly see what's going on underneath the face mask.
These circumstances are different and difficult. I get. But isn't it? You guys for the last few ever have been talking about Bumble. Both of you have been talking about Bumble.
Yeah, I think Bumble is where it's at for me. That's actually and Hinge. Yeah, Bumble first.
I like Hinge, yeah.
Which one's the
but
one
Hinge
where the
seems
woman...
a bit more relationshipy, whereas Tinder, I go through waves. I'm like, okay, I just want to have sex. I'm going on Tinder. It also depends where I am. If I'm in central London, I'll go on Tinder. Whereas if I'm out, out.
You need the quick fix.
You need to.
Yeah, because the guys aren't.
I'm out. I'm on the street. You're nearby.
Yes.
Amy, I run a website called datingformen.com. So I deal with a lot of guys that are looking for women for various desires, we'll say. You need to email me your details to info@v3tv.uk or to Vaughn, Vaughn at datingformen4.com, and we'll sort something out for you. I've got three
It's just
guys.
gonna be Vaughn messaging you. It's just gonna be
me.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah, three personalities.
I'm preoccupied right now. I'm on.
That's so kind of you guys. Thank you.
We're just trying to look out for the
Vinny
calls.
and Vin D.
Yeah.
all I really wanted to do was come on here and just vent at how everybody's in an open relationship or polyamorous.
Well, we appreciate the call.
And
you're
I
welcome.
love how there's a very happy ending to this phone call, and my life seems to have taken a turn. So thank you.
Pun intended, huh?
There's no such thing as no happy ending. where the global warning podcast is concerned. Thanks for calling in. Don't forget.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Take care of you. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So I don't know about the whole open relationship thing. I don't know if I could. I can't imagine my woman being out there getting trailblazed.
No.
Wait. Okay, not to get all dark, but let's say hypothetical situation, relationship, somebody gets in an accident, they can't perform anymore, or something like that. What? And like the woman's like, I love you, I want to be with you, but we can't have sex anymore. What do you do in such a situation?
Well, you go over to siliconetit.com.
Why is that the solution to everything we say?
Money is the root of all solutions. I don't know. That's a tough one because I've seen similar scenarios where that's taken place, and people, like it's usually the woman that's continuing to take care of the man after he's unable to, perform or even just function normally due to illness or what have you. But I would have to tell you to go if it's that important to you to have that.
But they wouldn't be with you, so they wouldn't have a relationship with you. But they just need.
No, not having it. Not having it.
No.
Let him go. Let him go.
No, I think that's really selfish, actually.
No, because it's selfish to make him stay.
Yeah.
And be like, you've got to, like, this is me. Like, you're offering it.
Oh, I thought you were like, let him go.
But...
Like, no, I would never accept you, whatever. But that everything else, like, you're basically soulmates.
Yeah, but if in that case, if she's willing to stay and not mess around with other people, then fine. But if she feels like she's got to go do that, because imagine you're, I don't know, like she's done all of her bits for you to like put you into bed, like because you're unable to look after yourself or whatever, and then she's like, oh yes, I'm just popping out. You're like, oh, where are you going? She's like, oh, I'm going to see Brad. He's like, oh, I thought it was Steve. No, it's Brad now.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah.
Or what if it was like very transactional?
Point?
It's just an escort or whatever. It's just like, I didn't even know their name. I didn't give a shit. I just need to get some.
At what point is it just insane that like you got so many people coming by week or whatever, like on a monthly basis, just like, oh yeah, every first of the month.
What if it was just one guy who basically had the same mirror situation, but it was to do with his wife? So just like, okay, this is a really weird premise I'm coming up with. I feel like this could be the basis of a book. But yeah, maybe, let's not say she's getting like, screwed by somebody, a new guy every week. But it was just a bit of a regular. And it's just occasionally, because she'd use, other things. But every once in a while, she just needs to feel desired. She needs to feel, taken care of.
This is deep. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
You got to put that question out to the people. So tell us what you think. Leave a comment below if you've even made it this far into the podcast. Congratulations to both of you. Leave a message as to what the fuck would you do in this situation, man. I don't know, man, because I know as a guy, we can't handle that shit. We cannot handle our woman with another guy because women generally don't have sex with men just off general principle. They have to have some sort of emotion. Women have sex with guys that they actually kind of like, whereas men, we can just have sex with any woman pretty much. Like, men are designed to have sex with probably about 75% of the women that we come across on a daily basis. We would have sex
75.
with.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I know that I would. So, I mean, given the circumstances, if there was like no such thing as relationships or disease or babies, you'd probably be sleeping with a lot more people if you could than you do. But women aren't like that. And I know that I wouldn't be able to handle my woman being out there. And the women that I'm with wouldn't tolerate me doing it. So
yeah, I couldn't handle it with my guy. Like, if I, whatever, like, want to get into a relationship, I want it to be monogamous. I want to be fucking worshipped all the fucking time. So I wouldn't, my ego just wouldn't be able to put up with it. But I don't think it's necessarily like I'm an egomaniac. But I think also at the same time, if you really love someone, you want them, you want like for yourself. I don't know if that's like.
Yeah, it's a bit selfish in a way, but you want them for yourself.
Yeah. And like I think that's where true love really comes from. It's like that commitment to that one person. And I think you do have to work at it, because I think like the sex drive can wane on both sides, but you've got to work at it. And be like, yeah, sometimes I don't fucking feel like it, but he's got a hard on. Okay, pop it in.
When it's waning, if it's waning, when it's waning, if it's fading, whatever the word is, don't buy pets. Dogs are not the solution. People.
God, that'd be saying like, it's like, why did you buy like 5 dogs? That's really
don't.
weird.
But yeah,
and so much peanut butter. It's a very weird situation.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for that. Dogs. I'm just gonna leave that one. So I got emails. We can save them for the next because they're emails. I gained some lockdown weight. Now my confidence is knocked. Who cares? Quit eating. Go on a diet.
Yeah, just fucking work out.
Work out.
Address that one. Here's a quick one that you could get into, and we'll close the show on. You got Florida stuff. We'll do this one, and then we'll let Liam get his Florida. And then
I've got 5%, so we're gonna have to blaze through this one. We're gonna have to trailblaze through this one. Okay, go on. Throw it out there.
We'll save Florida for next time, so we'll continue on with Love, Lust, Lunacy here real quick. So Anthony from Brixton says, my partner waxes her growler, and I'm not into it. I'm assuming a growler is the vagina now.
Yeah, it is.
Liam's laughing like, this old motherfucker don't know the street slang.
I know. I didn't know about this term until this year. My friend from Manchester mentioned it. Somebody in the office said growler, and she started laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Why are you doing that? And then I thought it was like northern slang, but apparently it's like if you have an aggressive woman or something, and they call it a growler. Because I was just like, it just sounds like a beast. And it sounds like a rip it off.
I'll be a woman with a growler. Anyway, how do I address the issue with her and let her know that I prefer a more mature look?
Oh, fucking hell. Is it really that hard at it? Exactly. What the fuck are you doing? Just tell her. Paint her a fucking picture.
Yeah, that's the 2 words. 2 words. Tell her. That's it.
Talk to her. Just say in a nice way. Like, hey, baby, like you look great, whatever. But I would really love it if you could just like let it blossom a bit down there. Let's have some pubes, because you're a grown woman, and I love that about you.
Say if you don't want me to spend any more time with the dog, then just leave it alone.
Man, you keep bringing up the dog. You're fixated now.
Because that kind of shit winds me up so much.
Someone's having a flashback. We triggered Liam. What if they don't want to grow it in? Like, I actually had a girlfriend that was like that once, where I just asked her, and she was just like, no.
All right. I think you've just got. Oh, no, because I do the opposite. I shave it because I kind of feel like if the guy's going to go down there, you know what I mean? You're going to make it, like the vagina's not a very pleasant area, you know what I mean? So I just feel like I'm going to maximize its, optimum condition kind of thing. Plus, like, you don't want a guy going down and like,
they come
you know what I mean? A hairball that's choking, and they're like, I just had a good floss. You don't want that. But it's also like with the guys, like if a guy shaves all his pubes off, like apparently like that's really common in Germany or something. But like I would just be like, trim it. I've had to say, I've been like, hey, why don't you just like do a little bit of landscape gardening on that thing, because it's just like blending into your stomach. I can't really tell. But you just gotta talk about it. I think somebody's gotta find some compromise, don't you?
Yeah, guys, it makes it look bigger apparently if you shave it anyway. So keep your shit trimmed. Ladies, most men don't want to have sex with a bald coochie. If you're looking like you're 12, younger guys like that shit. I know Liam's probably like, you guys sort that shit out, right? I don't hear that shit. But, as a child of the 80s, I'm used to seeing all that big ass shit down there. So, just keep your shit in order and everything will be fine. Otherwise, wax or shave or whatever you want to do.
Maybe a landing strip, just a little landing strip.
No,
and then underneath it's like all good. I need to have a conversation. Okay.
It depends on what the vagina looks like, too, because sometimes, like, if you don't have a neat, tidy-looking growler, and I don't want to see it, and you need to grow some hair down there, so it kind of just camouflages that shit a bit.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's an awkward conversation to have. Jesus.
I wouldn't say that that's why I wanted them to do it. I just think that I mean, let's be honest. They don't all look the same. You know, they don't all look the same. So it's.
But I've asked guys. I was like, "Have you ever come across an ugly vagina?" And like everybody like says no. You know, I'm like, no. I've seen embarrassing bodies. I've seen some. You know, this woman, she had like a labia reduction. You know, I'm just saying, whoa, yeah, what happened there? You know, kind of looked a bit like the Elephant Man situation. So, but like, yeah, she can't help it sometimes. What happens, don't know. But.
And on that note, so don't forget to rate, review, subscribe if you're listening. Email us and call us if you got questions for the show. Thanks for tuning in. Rate, review, subscribe if I haven't already just literally said that. So we are out of here. And yeah, we'll see you when we flip and see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. And follow us on Instagram at Global Warning Podcast. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.